This year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our
Let's set the tone early.
Up next, the Bulls taking on the Celtics. For the Chicago Bulls, the best win percentage in the league. They've got talent. They've got coaching. They've got everything you need to compete for a title. Celtics, Bulls. Our tip-off just moments away.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Celtics out in Boston. Looking at Boston, with a roster that has played exceptionally well together throughout the season, they've made it to second place in the Eastern Conference. And as we close out the regular season, Shaq, what's interested you most along the way?
Well, I like watching the underdogs rise up, proving a lot of people wrong. Kind of satisfied feeling when you outperform your expectations.
Yeah, I can't believe the skill level of some of these rookies, Ernie. Guys entering the league now are being asked to contribute early and often.
Okay, almost time for tip. Kevin Harlan standing by. Kev.
Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. With Doris Berg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And we welcome in someone who has been writing and communicating NBA basketball thoughts in book, over the air, in podcasts, and on TV, the terrific Bill Simmons. Bill, great to have you.
And now for somebody who's playing a video game at 3 in the morning. That's my next.
Thank
that's
you
the
very
next
much.
phase for me.
But isn't this a great venue for
This
it?
is great.
I know.
This is great. They're half asleep. My voice is waking them up. I'm excited.
Bill Simmons is terrific.
Yeah. Wake up. I'm talking to you.
Hey, Dave.
Guys, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for his play calling. LeBron James said he has so many different...
I love his honesty. All right, thank you, D.A. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for him.
And he's been very active with his hands. How about the steal numbers this month? He's been really hounding on the defensive side.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. Boss is out there with Levine, and it's Carter in at the center position. And for Boston, Brown the small forward with Tatum holding down the 4 spot. Walker and Smart the guard. And it's Cantor in at the 5 spot. And the Bulls start out with the ball. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And making our way toward the finish line, this is a great time to check out the new power rankings. You look at the Celtics. They're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
And you know, right now for the Bulls, they just crushed expectations all season long. Only a few people thought they could sustain this level of excellence, but here they are.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Right side to Walker. No good from outside. And here in Boston, Bill, the place where you received your master's degree in journalism. Talk about the Celtics at that time in the early to mid-90s.
Well, Larry Bird retired, Kevin McHale retired. They knocked the Boston Garden down. We were in the lottery for a bunch of years. It was a terrible decade, Kevin. Thanks for asking.
But still a Boston fan, true and true, right? Huh?
Yeah. Well, I grew up, we were doing well, then we weren't doing well. Now we're doing great again. That's the team of the future.
Chicago shooting their first free throw tonight. Bennett Smart with the ball for the Boston Celtics. It's a 5-point game. Levine wide open, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Well, these shots to me are about and Levine feeling very comfortable on the catch and shoot.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Boston with the ball. Walker the pass to Cantor. Can they get it? And Walker finishes inside.
Boy, I love seeing Cantor distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
And Bill, of the championships you've watched the Celtics win, do you have a favorite?
I do, actually. 1984. Came back against the Lakers in the Kevin McHale clothesline game. Brought them back to the Garden for Game 5. It was so hot, Kareem had to wear the oxygen mask. And then finished them off in Game 7.
Rambis was the recipient of that clothesline,
He was,
wasn't he?
and he
Yes. deserved
deserved it. It's not like he didn't deserve it. But the Celtics were just tougher that year, and I try to forget that the next year they came back and beat the Celtics.
It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Deep threats. That's the only way to describe these guys who have led the NBA in three-point percentage in the second half of the season. Zach LaVine on top. Otto Porter Jr. is second.
For me, they've been 2 of the NBA's best three-point shooters over that period of time. No question about it. They just keep heating up.
Here's Boss. In the game against Orlando, very impressive. He lobs it up. Poked away. Stolen by Cantor.
The D feels like it's everywhere, and that pass should not have been made.
Walker with a clean look. The shot, no good. And the Bulls going the other way now. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Bill, you host your own podcast. I've listened to it. I subscribe to it.
Thank you.
I love it. What do you make of so many NBA players now doing the same thing?
And we have a couple of them. At the Ringer, we have J.J. Redick, and we have Vince Carter and Ken Bazemore. The ones that are good at it take it seriously. It can't be one of those things where, a player says, you know what, I want a podcast, and then it just magically happens, and you got to work on it. You have to use your connections and book your guests, and you have to be candid on the podcast. You can't just show up and just babble. And the guys that have been successful at it are people that could probably have a media career for a living. Like JJ's clearly been going to media after he retires. Richard Jefferson had a great podcast. He's gone into media. He's really good. Yes. So I think you need a little more talent at it than people realize. And you need the consistency of it. You can't say, I'm starting a podcast and then not do it for 2 months. Like, you have to really stick to it.
Oh, great ball movement there.
That one drops for him. Walker's got 8 points.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Here's Boss, guarded by Walker. Harden. It's Chicago with another bucket. And with the 2K Esports League, Bill, players not only get a salary, they can also sign endorsement deals. They're celebrities now unto themselves.
So what are the endorsement deals that the 2K players sign? Is it like hat? Because you're not really moving. Nobody can people see your clothes? They can, right?
They can
so
see your
sneakers,
clothes. Maybe it's a hat. Maybe it's
drinks,
a shirt. All of it.
Do the announcers get endorsement deals? Where's our endorsement deal?
Well, if they don't, we could probably make the stab for it right here.
I'm ready.
This is the venue to do it right here.
I'm ready to do whatever.
Let's change the culture.
CTC.
Well, this is where Gordon Hayward has turned himself into a dependable two-way player. How good is he at using his length to turn away these shots?
Buried from 15 feet out.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
There's the pass to Boss. Bulls moving the ball around. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
For Chicago, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
I think the thing I like best about Otto Porter, his versatility and long arms, because it allows him to impact the game in so many ways.
Carter outside. Pass to Boss. There's the double team with Walker. And Bill, when you yourself get out on the court, is there a play you try to channel or emulate, try to visualize in your mind?
You mean when I'm playing pickup?
Yes, yes.
Oh, well, now, at this point in my life, it's Davis Bertans. Is that how you say his name?
Davis Bertans.
Davis Bertans?
Yeah, yes. By the way, what a great stroke. I mean,
I emulate all stretch fours and don't guard anybody.
Yeah.
That's who I am at this point in my life. I run from three-point line to three-point line.
You stay on the perimeter.
Yeah.
Don't tangle up inside.
My free throw attempts are 0 because I don't go to the line.
Just fire away.
And I want you to know I'm there to make an open jump shot. And don't ask me to do anything else, please. I'll set some picks.
Yeah. You are. You're a great screen
set some
setter.
picks.
You're a great pick and roll. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And that'll make a pair of turnovers for him in just the last few minutes. So he's got to be a little bit more deliberate with the ball out there.
Daniel Tice is checked in for Boston. And Wanamaker comes in for Kemba Walker. The Bulls have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And so he makes both from the line. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Wanamaker. He gets it in there.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Carter outside. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. There's Porter with the three, and the three ball is good. Porter's got his second basket of the night.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Here's Hayward. Porter with a block.
Go, gadget arms for Porter, enabling him to stuff that one.
Boss passes to Markkanen. Here's Boss, and he dunks it down.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
It's deflected.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
And so it's Chicago, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. Back right after this. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach, Brad Stevens.
Our relationship started when I was in high school.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Bulls team out there.
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Then there's Daniel Tice. Then it's Green, and it's Wanamaker in at the 1. That's the Boston 5. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Boss in that last matchup against the Magic was sensational. He had an impressive number of points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
And Bill, when it comes to NBA awards, some people have said voter fatigue is a factor. Would you agree with that?
No, I actually think NBA awards are in the best shape they've been in because people are afraid to screw up. You know, that with the internet and the accountability we have now.
Accountability, exactly.
And
There's nothing anonymous about it.
No. Yeah. And we have really good numbers and metrics now, and I actually think we make the right decisions with this stuff most of the time now. I didn't really see any egregious stuff last year other than the one person who voted Dwayne Wade for second team All-NBA.
You get a vote, don't you?
I do, and I take it really seriously.
I do too.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
I really care
Our name
about
is
it.
attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, like, when I wrote my book, I really relied on the All-NBA stuff. Like, they're a snapshot of what happened that season.
Good point. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Wendell Carter. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. Second in blocks, and also his field goal percentage is up in the top 5. Tremendously efficient at finishing plays at the basket.
And as you said, one rung below the leader in block shots. Tremendous motor. He's simply been destroying opponents in the lane. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Carter on the wing. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. Bill, you look at the awards given out by the league. Most have been around for a while. But is there any award that you'd like to add? Something that's not being touched on in terms of high performance and success?
I think that there should be a playoff MVP. I made this case in my book.
That's a great idea.
There's always like a best guy in every postseason, and I would like to see who that would be. And it's pretty easy to go backwards and figure out who it was. I did that. Just go backwards and have all the backstory of who it should have been, but then going forward, now here are the ones we're adding. I would like to see that. I would also like to see a best bench celebration award, because certain teams just have these guys. They're good at pointing, they're good at fist pumping, first guy during the timeout running over,
chest bumps,
they have handshakes,
all of it. Yeah.
They're waiting at the scorer's table before the game to do the special handshake with each guy. I feel like that guy deserves some shine. Last year, DeAndre Jordan, I think, was one of the first guys I remember who was just great at this before he started playing. Late 2000s clips. I was like, man, this guy's he's not playing, but he's really figuring out how to affect the game.
Good. I like that. Boss passes to Markkanen. The shot's good.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Jaylen Brown's checked in for the Celtics. Kemba Walker comes in for Brad Wanamaker. The Bulls have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
Bill, it was in Boston where you received your master's degree in journalism. What attracted you to this profession? Why journalism?
I couldn't do anything else, and I didn't like manual labor.
No, really?
No, that really was it. I was good at writing.
Like anybody in your family or anybody you
I was always a good writer, and I liked writing and sports.
Yeah.
So just kind of like, I'll do those 2 things
Did
together.
it in high school, I'm assuming? Right?
Yeah, started in high school. I had a big thing for me was in college. I had a column for the school newspaper, really from freshman year on. And around sophomore year, I felt like it started to get momentum. And that was the first time I thought, I wonder if I could get paid for this.
Right.
Which, as it turned out, no, until I was about 29.
Yeah. Tipped away. And Walker kicks to Tice, trying to get something going, and he goes in for the dunk.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Here's Carter. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Cantor checked in for Williams. Now, here's Walker. Tight defense on him. Fast break, here we go. Boss gets the bucket. Boss has got 16.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Walker surveying the floor, looking to end his cold spell. Chicago grabs the miss. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
We talk about multiple efforts on the defensive end, and I thought, boy, that was good old-fashioned focus, team effort. What a win.
And that one's good by Porter. 8 points for him.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Nabbing another steal.
And you got to be careful around him.
You know, Greg, he's been coming up with some incredible steals so far.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Jason Tatum comes in for Daniel Tice, and Smart subbed in for Gordon Hayward. Took him no time at all on that one. 21 points for Boss.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Bill, we so appreciate you stopping by, spending some time with us. Always feels like there's so much more to talk about. Oh, what a dunk!
Look out below!
Woo.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
We've got a moment now to go to a rookie watch and find out who among the NBA's freshman class have been the hottest shooters. We'll take a look at Boss. Leading the league in field goal percentage, he always gets good looks.
And his confidence is going to keep growing if he continues shooting like he has over the past month.
For the finish, the big dunk at the end of the break.
Boy, Otto Porter with the pretty delivery. That's nice.
40 seconds left in the first half of the game. He swipes the ball away again.
And he's just been able to anticipate their every move.
Yeah, you're right. An absolute pest on the defensive end.
We're just going to call him Mr. Zach LaVine. Another highlight reel finish.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
And continuing to cough it up here. The TOs threatening to cost these guys the game.
And here are the Bulls now. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Pass to Boss. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. "16 seconds left to play here in the half. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Here's Walker. Had a 24-point outing in their last game against Detroit. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Here's Boss. And he beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
Great awareness in crucial situations. Nicely done.
And so it's Chicago with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Boss has been sensational.
Yeah, something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
Taking a look at the Bulls, Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's Boss in at the point guard position.
He totally lost his defender, broke his ankles, then knocks down the jumper.
Yeah, and it's one thing to score on a guy, it's another to flat out torch him. I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Boston, no good that time either.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Out to the right wing. From deep, Walker. Bean with the rebound.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Walker. And it's Walker again missing.
This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Boz with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, I think they've got to be talking about just guarding him a little more tightly on the perimeter, or keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, period. That's about the only way you're going to cool this guy off.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Cantor. Gordon Hayward comes in for Smart. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
The Bulls shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Daniel Tice is checked in for Tatum. And it's Green in for Jaylen Brown. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Levine. Bulls moving the ball around. They double him with Green. Carter, the pass to Boss. Porter, and again, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. Wanamaker looking over the floor. Knocked loose. And here we go again. The Bulls in transition. Up the court they go. Green against Levine. Green, the pass to Hayward. Back to Green. Shot to stop the run. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Porter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And he jams it with authority.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think, Greg, it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
And here's the break. Here's Boss.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Wanamaker misses.
boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
And how about a look at our 2K leaderboard and a group of point guards that have a little bit of big man in them and some very good rebounding numbers since the All-Star break. You take a look at Boss, third in rebounding, and what a physical presence inside.
And this is a unique group of players. It's not often we talk about the rebound leaders at the point, but with these guys, it's warranted because of just how well they do it.
No, exactly. These guys will scrap. The majority of point guards in the league make their living strictly on the perimeter, but not these guys. They're just as comfortable down low as they are outside.
From 12 feet out, connects again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Hayward outside. We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter.
Well, this is how you shut him down. A tremendous contest against a very skilled player.
And the shot goes in. Boss has got 55.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
He's looking for Levine and finds him, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Levine's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
52 seconds left in the third. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Markkanen's got the ball. Basket good. And that's 21 points for Zach LaVine.
Really their own worst enemy right now with all these turnovers.
Here's Boss, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Good, he hits again.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now.
And there's some entertainment value in the windmill.
Oh, a rim shaker and a wrist breaker. Hayward outside. Hayward is doubled. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Wanamaker. That's tipped. And so it's the Chicago Bulls able to put on a show for the ages. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And we'll be right back after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. We've got Brown. Green is out there with Edwards. Then it's Williams. And it's Cantor in at the center. That's the Boston 5. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev.
Boss, it's tipped. Here's Porter, and it's Chicago scoring again.
Boy, they are feasting right now off of all of these turnovers.
Edwards passes to Cantor. Porter against Brown. Here's Boss. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
Brown kicks to Green. And another steal for him.
And you got to be careful around him.
You know, Greg, he's been coming up with some incredible steals so far.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Playing with aggression inside. At times, it's like Markkanen is daring the defense to foul it.
Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more 3-point attempts than 2-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade, you see more 3-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than 2s. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area 2s, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and 3-point shots, and everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
And here we go, the Bulls, fast break. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Hits the 3-point bomb.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Edwards passes to Williams. Now Cantor. He's guarded by Markkanen. Edwards with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To end the drought. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Floats one up, and it's sent back by Carter. And oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. Good, another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Another steal. Boss, and good, he hits it again. And there's 80 points.
Wow. Just wow. This guy right now on another level.
Oh, that's blocked. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansions?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct. And got it! Another basket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
The Celtics have gone 0 of 6 in the fourth quarter. Disastrous start to the period. Now outside Williams. He swipes the ball away again. Anticipation has been off the charts.
Swiping the ball away